Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and welcome to another video, and welcome back to my TBR Advent Calendar. So my TBR Advent Calendar, the Vlogmas that I'm doing this year, is very kindly sponsored by Serious Readers, who make very wonderful reading lights like the one I have here, which you'll see me using later in this video. I'll leave lots of links down below about them, as well as the offer code that I have on at the moment. And I'll also leave down below the introduction to this video series so that you know what I'm doing. But basically I'm just picking a short book from my TBR every day for December. So I'm going to reach down to my TBR shelf and find out what we have today. Oh, I'm excited for this. This will be interesting. So here I have The Death of Jim Loney by James Welsh, which is a 20th century American classic, I think, 1979. And this is, according to the back of the book, a classic of Native American literature, and a powerful novel about a man who is a stranger in society and to himself. I picked this up also in Hay on Wye. I feel like I've just had a string of books I bought in Hay on Wye in September, and I think this will be really interesting. This is 150 pages and the text is quite a lot smaller than quite a lot of the things I have been reading of late. So I don't know whether or not I'm going to manage to finish this today. It may be that I don't quite manage to finish it today and the video about this is a bit late. I will see. But I do think this will be really interesting, and I have been quite keen to read it. So I will get cracking with this and see how I get on with it. Hello again. I have managed to finish The Death of Jim Loney by James Welsh, although it is quite late in the evening, as you can maybe tell by the lighting in this clip. But yeah, I thought this was fantastic. Really, really good book. Yeah, I've read some great things in the TBR Advent Calendar. This has been a very, successful exercise. I do love a long book, but I also do love a small book that packs a punch, and this was definitely that. This book is about a man called Jim Loney, who's in his mid-30s, lives in a small town in Montana, and he's had quite an unsettled life. His mother, who was Native American, left when he was very young. His father, who was white, left when he was about 10 years old. He was sort of partially raised by his elder sister, partly by an aunt, and partly he was raised in a missionary school, and now in his 30s, he is increasingly struggling with depression, I guess, and alcoholism, and he has a girlfriend, Rhea, who he loves, but he doesn't really feel he's able to sort of offer enough to, and they have quite a complicated relationship, and this book kind of follows him over the course of a couple of months as he sort of descends into a more and more troubled state. And it's just really, really well written, with fantastic characterization and really interesting social criticism. I was looking up James Welsh because he's a really interesting author, and he's considered one of the sort of founding people of the Native American resistance movement within literature. And he, like Jim Loney, his heritage was sort of a mix of white and Native American, and he writes really powerfully in this about the displacement and othering of Native American people within American society. Randomly, I know quite a lot about Native American history in the 19th century because I studied it in school, but I don't know very much about the 20th century. So this was really, really interesting and really powerful and really superbly written. So this was fantastic. I would definitely be keen to read more by James Welsh in the future. I feel like that's mostly what I had to say for today. So yeah, this was great. Quite a dark, despairing book in some ways, but also quite an angry book. And I do feel that when a sad book is angry, that is kind of a different reading experience, I suppose. But yeah, I thought this was great. So yeah, that's all for now. Another day of the TBR Advent Calendar, and I'll be back tomorrow with another bookish video.